Hello, YouTube. We're doing a VR today. Sorry about the bad lighting, but we're filming in the house right now. We're doing a VR to Jay's 2017 10-ish questions. So, let's get into it. The first question has multiple parts to it, just mostly like what's cost of stuff in your area. And so, first one is gallon of milk. Some of these I'm going to have to kind of remember because I haven't bought some of these in a while, especially we usually don't buy that much milk at a time. But I believe it's around $3 for a gallon of milk. Gallon of gas is around, the last time I bought it, some $2.30, $2.33. 50 grams of tobacco. I'm going to say on average at my B&M is probably around $10. One cigar. I'm going to say on average at my B&M, it's not a great B&M, it's like a bookstore chain, and yeah, they kind of suck, but if I remember right, because I buy a lot of their empty cigar boxes, because I use them to make cigar box guitars, and the prices still are on them, and I'm always looking for the empty ones, so I'm going to say on average probably $6. One large pizza probably is going to be very similar to a lot of other people, where it's going to be like the Pizza Hut kind of special, so probably around $12. Dozen eggs, $1.50. Question number 2. Do I believe in luck? I believe that lucky things happen. I try to go golfing as much as I can, so I will say I've seen some lucky stuff happen to people as far as like a ball going out of bounds, hitting a tree, and then bouncing in, coming off that tree and landing on a green. So I think lucky things happen. As far as life stuff, I don't believe in it, because I think hard work and just preparation actually produces more better results. Like taking that same golf scenario, if you hit a hole in one and you practice golf a lot, that's not necessarily luck. That was just being prepared and practicing versus hitting the tree and coming out. So yes and no, I guess. What do you eat for lunch? Typically for lunch, I'll eat whatever's left over from dinner the night before, if I'm lucky enough to get time for lunch. Otherwise, usually a sandwich. Would I live in darkness for 2 weeks for money? Depends on the amount of money. It would have to be a good chunk of change, because that would really mess you up kind of as far as like time perception, and you'd probably go a little loopy if you can make it to whole 2 weeks. I would think if you had like a button you could push to get out of it, I don't know if the typical person would make it 2 weeks before you went crazy, especially without any stimulation of any kind. Be it like your phone or the internet, because that's all going to produce some kind of light. What skill do I wish I just had or immediately had? I would probably say singing. Wish I could do that. God did not bless me with a golden voice. Do I believe in reincarnation? No. Would I rather row across the ocean or walk across the desert? I would say I'd probably rather walk across the desert. It's hard to kind of pick, because the parameters ain't really set. Are you lost there, or is this a choice? Are you prepared to go? But in a lot of things, sun exposure and water are going to be a problem in both of them, and I would just rather be able to move around rather than being stuck like in a raft. But then I'm assuming you're going to be stuck in a raft or a little dinghy or something rowing. But I'm going to say probably walk across the desert, just because I can move around, and I would think that the chances of happening upon something that would be useful would be more so than being stuck in a boat. 5 years from now, will you remember yesterday? Absolutely. Starting a new business, and yesterday was the first day I got my delivery for all my products, so I will probably remember yesterday as one of the best decisions I made in my life, or the worst mistake I ever made. So yeah, I will remember tomorrow. Would I go to the moon? I want to say yeah, but that question would have been easier to answer when I was younger. I definitely would have jumped on the chance. Now with family and stuff, it might be a little harder, but I want to say ultimately yes, but definitely would have to run that by the wife first. But I want to say yes, I would, if it was just solely up to me. Light's kind of blinding me trying to read my list here. Oh, has my worst fear come true? No, absolutely not. My worst fear has never came true, and I hope I don't. And then the bonus question: where do you live? I am from Wisconsin, north central Wisconsin. Actually, if you make the little Wisconsin with your hand, I'm about at the kind of around where the knuckle on your middle finger is. So there you go. There is my 10-ish questions for response to Jay. So have a good afternoon, guys.